Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Martin Guerrero. I'm with Square. Happy to be presenting today how to take your business online with the Square Online Store.
And I'm Ahmed Ali Bob, Community Affairs Manager here at Square, on the line from sunny Oakland, California.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Again, thank you for joining us. Happy that you're here and hope to help you guys in your journey in helping to get your website up and running today. And we're going to go ahead into just some of the reasons as to why you would need a website, right? So if you're interested, you probably already have a reason. An e-commerce website allows you to have a business online anywhere in the world and be able to sell your goods and your services there. And you always want to think of your website as a center of gravity for your online presence. Great looking domain name, or a great domain name and a great looking website can be a differentiator between you and your competition. And that websites can provide you, with credibility, the ability to develop your brand and marketing, and then to obviously to keep your existing customers, gain new customers, and to grow your customer base in general anywhere throughout the world. And so today we're going to go into the ins and outs of the Square Online Store. And where we're going to start is with the item library. So with the item library, if you're already selling in person with the Square point of sale, the online store takes all of your item library and moves that onto the online store, so you can sell those very easily and quickly, allowing you to ship items and even offer in-store pickup, which is really relevant today in today's world. And before we go any further here, 1 second.
So when it comes to certification training,
all right. So as we go into the online store builder, this is what you're going to see. First and foremost, your item library. This is going to be all the items that you're going to be able to sell online. Again, the online store is going to sync all of your item library in person in real time, so you always have those items in there. So if you don't already have an item library, when you log into your Square account, this is where you would create them. I've already created some test items in my account here that we can have sync over to for today's demo. So again, this is the item library. This is where you're going to go to add all your items.
So that's 2 certifications that you get 2 weeks focused on. They'll help with your sector.
And then as you have your item library ready to go, because that'll be an important part of the process. Really, when I see people struggle with getting their website online, it's because they don't have their item library ready just yet. And not that you need an item library available to build a website. You can most definitely build your website before that. But just for the speed and ease of use to get up and running quickly, it's always good to have that ready. And so with the online store builder, again, you don't need any coding skills. It's a section-based builder, helps you design your site, makes it look great on any device, on mobile, on tablets, and on desktops. And then it also gives you the opportunity and the ability to sell on Instagram and Facebook, which are 2 really relevant e-commerce platforms today. And again, your item library will sync with those in order to sell anywhere.
Kind of help you answer your question.
All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to go through a run through of the actual onboarding process for the store builder. And so this is what you're going to see when you click online store inside of your Square account. And you'll have the online store option there. And so it's going to bring you right into here where you can build a free online store for any kind of business. And again, the differentiator here for Square is that we do offer a fully functional e-commerce solution for free. So you can get your website up and running. You can sell an unlimited number of items and variations. You can allow in-store pickup, and also coming is delivery. And you can also ship throughout the world and be able to charge shipping and enable taxes. So very rare for any e-commerce platform out there to allow you to do that for free. There are a lot of free trials out there, but this is a free setup. No credit card needed. You can just run with it and get up and running immediately. So we'll go through the onboarding process here. So we're going to click on Get Started. And that's going to take us here to, first thing it's going to ask us is how we plan to fulfill orders. ship items to buyer, allow in-store pickup. You can offer either or you can offer both. And come in here as soon as today, you will also see the option for delivery there, because we're going to be offering that as a fulfillment method as well.
Usually 25.
And it's going to ask you what kind of store you want. You don't have to, sweat too much this part of it. And a single ordering page just gives you the one page. If you have a very small item library, I would recommend the single page. That way you can just put your couple items on a page, get it up and running, and be able to sell right away. A multi-page site, if you're looking to build, a home, about, contact, any other type of pages like that, that's what a multi-page site would be, and you can do that. Now, if you select one store or one page store, you can always add more pages, so you don't have to worry about you picking the wrong one. Same with the multi-page one, you can actually remove pages and even get down to one page if you so choose. This just helps you in your process here. All right, so once it goes through that, and again, sorry, going a little fast here. If you do have a SquareUp account, you're feel free to log in and follow along if you so like. This session will be recorded and available to the public soon after the session is over, so you don't have to worry about missing anything. And then we're going to send you some links as well, some relevant resource links, in order for you to have support along the pathway here. So don't sweat it. Again, if you want to follow along, please feel free. If not, pick up some tips here and then log in later, and feel free to build your site then. So this is the online store side, or the online store dashboard. So you're going to see here you've got your website, items, orders, marketing, insights, photo studio, and settings. So this is going to be everything for the back of the store. So I like to consider this side the back of the house, where you manage your inventory, your items, your taxes, all of that type of stuff. And then once we get into the builder, that's really the front of the house. That's what people will see when they go to your website live. So that'll be more the front of the house. So think of that as if you have a brick and mortar store, your showroom where your customers come in, that's the website. And then this part of it is the back end that nobody sees, but where you work very hard at. All right, so this is that. And then from here, you're going to see your item library. So it took my item library from my Square account, synced it over. It syncs over the name, any description I might have added, any image I might have added, the price, and inventory, and any modifiers. So that syncs in real time, back and forth. I have right now only 6 items in there. I could click the create an item option here in the upper right hand corner and create more items, and those would sync back to the point of sale side as well. So again, it syncs back and forth all the time. All right, so we're going to go from here. I want to spend a good majority of the time in the builder itself. So I'm going to go right into the builder itself and show you guys how to create a site. We're going to publish it and have it up live in just a minute. So I'm going to go in here for a live demo. All right, so I'm in my account now, my test account. I'm just going to click online store. And again, I did some of that stuff earlier, so it'll just going to get us right into the builder. All right, so again, here's my back of the house. And then we're going to be able to go right into edit website from here and start the building process. And again, the online store, we're trying to make it as easy as possible for you. So we're even going to try to help you build a website, like by adding sections and helping you along your journey here. So we can see here, we're going to ask you some questions. Do you want to sell food items or pick up for delivery? Sell items to ship, collect email addresses. So these are all content sections that it's going to want you to add. We're going to collect email addresses, show an Instagram feed, and a contact form here for our quick one pager. I'm going to click next. If you have a logo, we're going to go ahead and ask for that now. Obviously really important if you do to be able to showcase that. If you don't have one at this moment, no worries, you can always skip this step. All right, and from here, we're going to be able to choose our font styles and our primary color. No need to worry, you can pick one of these here and you can change those later. If you do in fact have a color that you want to use specifically and you have the hex code for it, you can change that later on. So don't worry about the color scheme right now. I'm just going to pick this blue option here. Click finish. All right, so now we're in the main part of the builder here. So, and then it's going to give us some tips here for doing that. So we know it is an easy software to use, but it is a new software to you, and so it will take some getting used to. But once you spend some time in here, do things a couple times, it'll be a piece of cake, and you'll be a pro in no time at all. And we're going to try to help you here with some steps. So you can see we've already completed some of those steps. It's going to give you the option to connect a domain name, set up shipping rates, and we do have some really cool help videos here that you can watch. So if you get stuck, you can always go back to those as well. And then so you have really three main sections in here. You've got the left-hand side here. These are your sections. You want to think of those as your building blocks. You're going to add any content you want to add to the website. Will be from here. So in any sections here, these are the sections already on the site. And then you can click any other sections here. So that's going to be, like, again, your building blocks. And then this is the main part of the site. This is your main content. And then up here, you've got your preview and your publish. So you can preview as you build it, and you can publish as you please, and you can unpublish as well. So we're hearing that some folks aren't able to see the slides very well. If you're not able to, I do apologize. This is being recorded and will be sent out afterwards. So no sweat. If you're not able to see it, we'll get it out to you guys to be able to see that. All right, so we're going to go from here. So we've got our name here. If you had a logo, this is where your logo would be, and you can change that here. If you didn't have one earlier and you have one now, you can go here and update that. And you can see, so the action inside of the store builder is going to be the same. If you click into any section, and you can see what section you're in by when it highlights in blue there. If you click into this section, you're going to see this updates, and this gives you different options. So from here, you can click on layout. And so we're going to give you a lot of preset layouts in order to do that. So you can just click on the layouts here, and you can see those change as we click on them. And so these are going to be some of the more popular layouts that we know a lot of places use and work really well. So we're going to pick this one here. So we've got our headline, and we've got an option for a photo. We could even do an option here. So we're going to actually do this one here. So this one's going to give us a smaller picture, and you can see it already gave us an order ahead section here. So if you were a quick service restaurant and you wanted to sell some items quickly, you could add those here. I'm actually going to remove this section. So you can actually delete sections here. You can see I just clicked that up here, and that deletes it. But I'm going to go ahead and add a section here. I'm going to add it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a featured items. So I want to feature some of my more popular items for sale. And so it's going to add that here. And again, we've got different layouts you can use for every section. You can see this is more of a carousel, so it's going to, people can scroll through. You wanted to just feature one item, you could. Or if you even wanted to do like a mosaic style, you could do that as well. Since I don't have a very large item library, I'm just going to do a couple here. So I'm going to click on that one. I'm just going to click done. And so anytime you add a new section, it's going to go to the very bottom of the page. But no worries there, you can actually move that. So if you click here, you can just drag that up to the top here. So now we've got our main banner, which if we click on, again, we can change the styles here. We can add an image. If you don't have an image, we actually have a free photo library here that you can choose from. I'm going to just click on one here. So you can see add an image there. If you don't want any text here, you can just delete that. If you wanted to add an action button, you can see on the left-hand side here, we could. And that would be an action button for, maybe buy now. And then we could link that to, it's already linked to our order online page. We've got our header image. If I don't like the way that looks, I can just click in here and change the layout. If I want more of like a full screen look, I can do that there. And then so I've got my featured items. So we've got our banner here. We've got our featured items. I'm going to choose for my items here. And normally in this section, you're going to want to, you know, if you've got some best sellers, some items that, you know, are most popular with your customers, this is really where you want to showcase those. That way people can see those immediately. And if they're, you know, if they're a repeat customer, they're wanting to come back to buy their favorite item, makes it really easy for them. So we're going to pick up our best backpacks here. And you can see it shows our inventory there. And again, that syncs in real time. So if you sell, you know, 4 or 5 of these online, it's going to show a 0. And, you know, once it gets down to 0, they won't be able to purchase them. You can see now I've got my featured items, and we can actually change this here if we wanted to. We could do featured, you know, product. We can, you know, or you could not have that if you so choose. And again, you can do your different layouts. You can, if you wanted to do something with the images, you could always change the images here to different sizes. You know, whatever's going to best fit your images. So when you're adding images, you can see the ratios here, and those are going to be pretty consistent throughout. So when you're uploading images, you'll want to make sure they're in one of these aspect ratios. Normally, you're going to want images as high resolution as you can, but normally, if possible, trying to keep them at a megabyte or less, if possible, just for overall speed on mobile. Because, you know, as we all know, everyone is on mobile. Everyone's doing everything from mobile. And this is a fully functional mobile system as well. We've got our 3 most popular items. And I don't want to display the item and the price. So I'm going to remove those, and you can see I changed it here. So when somebody hovers over it, it's going to show the item, the item name and the price, and we'll see that when we publish. And then if you have an Instagram feed, you can actually connect that here, and we'll display your most recent post. You just connect it the one time, and it's always going to update your post in order to display those. You just connect it here through that, and then once you connect it, it'll show on the site. Now, one thing I did want to show you here, so let's say for this Instagram feed, again, for each section, you can actually change the color scheme and or the image. So if we wanted to add a different color here, we could. I'm going to do like a little different shade here just to kind of break it up a little bit. And there's the contact form that we added in the beginning. So that's there. And again, you can do that too. You can click here. You're going to have different layouts. Every section will have its own layout. A little different there. I'm actually going to do a image here. And you can actually just search here for any type of image you want. And these are royalty free, so you don't have to worry about a license or anything there. All right, so I've got an image background here. I've got my options here for my location. And then again, it pulls all my business information in here. So I've got my address already there. That'll add it, and it'll give me a map of my location once that updates here. All right, and then at the bottom here, we've got our email marketing setup, and this is going to be on the page. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and just delete that because I don't want it on the page. I want it in my footer. So you have your footer down here, and you have your social icons, so you can add your Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest. There's actually quite a few social icons you can add here, and we'll see those now. You can see you can connect an email, Facebook. You've got quite a few choices here. And so I'm going to turn on my subscription title and my subscription box. So now that is in the footer. So if I add more pages, that'll be the same across every single page. That way I don't have to worry about them missing that on the main page. All right, so we've got a couple sections here. We've got our main header. We've got our featured items, the ones we think are going to be our most popular, our best items for sale. We're going to have our Instagram feed here, and then we have our contact us, and we're going to have our locations here as well. All right, so now we have a simple one-page site offering 3 featured items. What we want to do here, though, is, as you saw earlier, I did have 6 items for sale. So I'm going to go ahead and click here. I'm going to link to our order page. That's already linked. And we're actually going to go to that order page now before we publish, because the website is good for both retail and food industry. So you don't have to worry if you're selling food for sale or for pickup. You can do that here as well. This is actually our food order layout. You can see it's got the items here. It's got our address, our pickup time, and our prep time. So this is actually our setup for food. So I'm going to change that. So order online is for food, and then we have a shop all for retail. So I'm going to actually switch the template, and you can see that displayed here. I'm going to click shop all, and it gives you a breakdown of what one or the other is good for. You don't have to worry about picking the wrong one, and that can be changed as well. We're going to make the switch. And that's going to give us our shop all page, and it's going to show all of my items here. If you had them broken up into categories, those would display here as well. This is just a preview of what that would look like. And speaking of preview, we can actually click preview here. And so we can see what that would look like live. And so this is our shop all page. You can see up here, we've got a phone view. You can click here. That's actually going to show you what it would look like on a mobile device. Nothing you have to do on your end in order to make it mobile friendly. It's a mobile first design, so you're going to be good to go there. You could even share it out to your friends if you wanted to preview it before you publish. So we're going to get out of here, and we're going to actually just go ahead and publish that. So we've gone ahead and built our site really quickly here, right? Real simple one pager with the shop all page. If you have your own custom domain name, you can connect that here. You can also register domain names through us. But for speed today, we do offer, in order to keep it free, we're going to use a free Square subdomain name. So this is my backpack. Shop.square.site. So that's going to be my URL. And you can see it's HTTPS, which means it's secure. We always secure your website for you. And that's going to be super important for people to, when they come to your website and want to make a purchase. We're going to click use. If it wasn't available here, it would let me know that, and I'd have to choose a different name. But as you can see, we've built the website, and we've now published it. I'm going to go ahead and go to the website here. And so this is in my browser tab. So our site is live and published right now. Any one of you could go to this website now and make a purchase. But before we do that, I want to show you some more of the ins and outs of the back end here. So again, you can click on here. You can see it shows me now the item title. I've got it set up here. Available for shipping or pickup. Because at the beginning, right, we said we wanted to ship and offer pickup. I'm on Google Chrome right now, so it's going to offer me to use Google Pay as an option. If you're on Safari or on an iPhone or an Android device, it will give you either Apple Pay or Google Pay as an option as well. We can add that to the cart. You can see here shipping. If I wanted to pick it up, I could select pickup. It's going to tell me where my address is. I'm going to click that here. And you can see it lets me know it'll be available today after 3:30. So I could be on my phone thinking about this backpack that I've been wanting for a while now, buy it, and then just drive to your store and pick it up outside. Right now curbside pickup is in much need right now, so you can do that as well. And then we can go right to checkout and purchase. Through the checkout process, your customers are able to store their credit card for future use to make it easier to buy, in the future. So we're going to go back into the builder now because I want to go over some of the other setup here. So that was the website builder. Again, really simple, really easy to use. We did a one-page site. Again, if you wanted to add more pages, you can just click here. You can add a new page. And we've got some pre-built already, like an About Us page, or you could just type in your own notification there and add it. And then that'll be a blank page, and you'll just add your sections here. Actually, we'll just go ahead and do that right now. So we picked About Us, so it's going to pick an About Us type format. So it's got an About Us here, an image, some info here for us to change. I mean, if we wanted to add more sections here, we could easily do that. We can do customer testimonials. So if you want to, show off some of the things that your customers are saying about your product. Again, every section is going to have different layouts. All right, so we've got an About Us section and a customer testimonials. And again, these are just building blocks. You can just keep adding to them. We'll do another text and image here. So you can just add that. And you can see just how easy it is to add a section, customize it, and go from there. Now, if I'm adding them, and again, if I want to move them in order, I can just click them and drag them here and put them in the order I want. So that's the inside of the builder. Again, really simple, really easy to use. But let's go. We're going to exit the editor now. I want to go into some of the back of the house stuff here, because I know right now, so I set it up for shipping. I want to be able to set up shipping here. I can also set up taxes. We do have an automatic tax calculator that you can enable really easily, or if you'd like to add your own tax setup, you can do that as well here. So you can see here taxes. It's going to take my physical location, my nexus, if you will, and be able to set up taxes here. And if we want to go to shipping, we can start setting up shipping here as well. So if I want to set up shipping right now, I could do so. And so now it's going to use that as where I'm shipping from. And so we're going to add a shipping rate here. And so by default, it's going to select the US. I can change that. I'm just going to charge a flat rate shipping. So shipping, it's going to charge, let's say $5.99 per shipping. And that's going to be $5.99 per order. You do it per item. You can do that in multiple ways. And then I have now flat rate shipping on my website that'll automatically apply to any order. You could add multiple rates. You can do real-time rates. So if you currently have UPS, USPS, FedEx, or DHL, you could connect those right through here. You can do flat rate. You can offer free shipping as a promotion. You can see some other rates here as well, where you can charge by order weight, you can charge by order total, and by quantity. So that's all set to go there. All right, so you can see now we have our flat rate set up here. And then so we've got a website up and running, we've got shipping set up, we have taxes set up, we're ready to take orders. And once you do start taking orders, you'll see those here in your orders tab. And then from here, you can actually create labels. If you, for whatever reason, needed to refund an order, you could do that here as well. Now, the beauty of the Square Online Store is, again, as I mentioned earlier, it does allow you to sync to their point of sale. So all of these orders will show up in your point of sale as well. And for those of you in the food industry, if you have your order set to print to a kitchen printer, that will follow the same logic. So someone could go onto your website, order a family meal, set it up for pickup. And if I order, at 1 o'clock and your prep time is 30 minutes, well, I can show up into your establishment at 1:30 and have my food ready for pickup, because you're going to be notified of that in advance. So that would be that. And the website settings here, and some other options, SEO, that's for your search engine optimization and social media. You can choose how that displays on there. For those of you that are, using Google Analytics, maybe Google Webmaster Tools, we do allow you to connect that here as well. Facebook, Pixel, and Bing, and even Pinterest as well. We're one of the few that allows you to connect to Pinterest here. If you have a form on your website, you'll see all your form entries here. And then we do, as I mentioned earlier, you can offer Instagram shopping. So you can actually connect your Instagram account. If you have a Instagram for business account, you can connect that right through here and be able to sell your item library on Instagram in shoppable posts. Again, that'll also sync to your Square point of sale. So everything just works in one fluid fashion. Same with a Facebook shop as well. Perfect. So we're at time right now. So we're going to go ahead and take some questions. I'm going to go back to the presentation here.
Thank you, Martine. That was an excellent overview. So let's get into some Q&A to go over answers to the questions that we get asked most often. Here we go. Question one.
Go ahead.
Sorry. First question is, before I begin building the website, what should I do first?
So when you're getting ready to build your website, I mentioned earlier, you want to have your items set up as best you can. If you don't worry about it. You can always add them later. But the whole point of building the site is to be able to sell your items or your food items. So you want to have those ready as much as possible. And then any images that you want to display on the website, you want to have those available. Again, if you already have a logo, you want to have that either in a JPEG or a PNG file. We'll take both. And then just thinking of in advance of getting ready to build your website, any copy that you want on the website. I didn't do much of that there because it kind of pre-filled it, but the messaging that you want on your website is super important.
Okay, next question. How much does Square Online Store cost?
That's the beauty of the Square Online Store. We do offer this solution right now. The website that I built, we're able to ship, able to charge taxes, able to accept orders, unlimited inventory. That is a free solution. And again, that's using the square.site address. We do have an upgraded plan if you want to use a custom domain name, and that's going to run you, I think, it's like $12 a month.
Okay. Next question. How do I capture the customer's attention right away?
Ooh, that's a great question. Everyone's shopping online, right? They're going from site to site to site. And really the best way you're going to capture someone's attention is with, at least I feel, is with your product imagery. We'll go back to the website that I built here just for display. And so we had that header image right at the beginning. So really, when someone gets to your website, that's usually the first thing they're going to see is that header image. So really good, sharp photography, and it's going to capture someone's attention right away. You can also offer in this header section we already have a call to action there. We're letting them know, hey, shop now, get in there and start purchasing. You can also offer some messaging there like, hey, we've got free shipping for orders over a certain amount, or we're offering, buy one, get one free, something to capture their attention right away. Because this is the area they're going to see first and foremost. And that's usually if they come back to the website, they're always going to see that there. So really good photography and some really good messaging right off the bat, imploring people to do what you want them to do. Either click here, buy now, shop now, order now, anything like that.
Okay, this next question is from Skipper Dipper from the Square Seller Community Forum. How do I change the look and feel of my online store, specifically the background color of the header?
Specifically the background color of the header. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get back into the builder to kind of showcase that here. 1 second. All right, so you guys saw earlier where we can just click into any section and we can either add an image or we can even add a color background right under the section styling or the section style. What he is specifically referring to is this header area here. That's the very top part of your site where your navigation is. So you have section style here. So if we wanted to, we could update that. Actually, I'm in the main banner. So we're in the header here. So section style for the header. And you can see you have color. So it does have a couple, it is a little limited as far as your color options here, but no worries, Philip. We did hear that. We did see that question earlier, and I reached out to our team, and that's actually a work in progress right now where you'll be able to select your own custom color there from your brand. So that is in the works right now. If you wanted to, you can make this transparent. And if you didn't want to color up there at all, and then it just shows more of your image here. So That's how you would do that for any section. Specifically, the header's got a limit on the colors that you can pick and choose because, we have the navigation here and we want to make sure that's prominent. But don't worry, that is going to be updated and you'll be allowed to use your brand colors there.
Okay, thanks for the question, Skipper Dipper. Next question. How do I feature products, services, or offers to my customers related to COVID-19?
Related to COVID-19, really in related to anything, right? So the section we have here is our featured items. And we could offer a section here, featured items for COVID if you're offering, family meals, survival packs, anything of that. This would work for that still in that case. Right? And even in this section here, you could add that here. One section we didn't cover is you do have the ability to create pop-ups. So you could even create a pop-up specifying, due to the COVID-19 situation, we're currently only offering in-store pickup or curbside pickup or delivery, make that really prominent there. So there are a couple of ways. You can do that here in the main banner. You can do a featured section here, or you do that with a pop-up.
Okay, and I think we have time for one last question here. What are the shipping options Square offers, and how do I set up shipping?
Oh, okay. So we covered that a little bit earlier, but I can get back in there right now. So we can go to settings and we can go to shipping. Let me go ahead and get in there. And so we set up a little bit of shipping earlier. So again, this is if you wanted to ship to a different region. So maybe if I wanted to set up a shipping rate for Canada, I could do that here. Now you can see the real-time rates does actually require an upgrade. And that'll take it to the upgrade. But this does offer the ability to do UPS, USPS, FedEx, DHL, and for our Canadian customers, it does connect with Canada Post as well. But you can see here, we'll actually create a rate here. So we could do a rate based off of order total, but you could offer, $10 shipping for any orders between zero, we can do anywhere from $0 to $50. And then we could offer, $15 shipping for orders, $51 to $100 if you wanted to. So that would be how you could set up shipping really quickly and easily. Or again, you saw earlier, I was able to do a flat rate shipping as well. So that's how you would set up shipping.
All right, that's all we have time for, folks. If you missed anything or just want to refer back to any of the content covered, we'll be sharing the link to a recording of this live stream later, along with a few other links to resources for the small business community at this time. Thanks for joining us.
I'm going to go ahead and if I'm going to display those right now, I'm going to go ahead and display those right now, Ahmed. I didn't display those earlier.
Excellent.
And so you can see the resource hub here. We have the resource hub, the support center, and you can always visit square.com/online store. And a really great resource for everyone is the seller community. You can speak to other folks, small businesses such as yourself, who are asking similar questions right at sellercommunity.com.
All right. Thank you, Martine. And thank you all of you all for tuning in. Stay tuned for more content from Square soon. Goodbye.
Thank you.